Wasn't our idea, unfortunately. A lady just asked for an unusual shaped coffin, and we got involved in making an aeroplane, and we thought it couldn't be done. We thought, well, we'll have a go, and it worked perfectly, and it was a start to our crazy coffin history. I was slightly worried. First of all, the lady wanted to be buried in it, and that concerned me whether it would be allowed. Secondly, I thought, you know, what can I do about the wings? And then, of course, we thought about why not have folding wings, as you know, some aircraft do. And fuselage of an aeroplane is perfect coffin shape. So actually, when we sort of broke it down and did a design, scaled it down to fit her body, it was quite successful and quite easy to make, to be honest. Because these are unconventional coffins and we're often making them for the first time, they do take a little longer than, you know, if we were making 3 or 4, we'd know how to do it. So you're perhaps looking at something from 5 to 10 days, depending on the difficulty of it. We make skips, we're quite good at skips, and they're not so hard to make. And sort of 5 days we can have a skip made, and we can have the artwork put on it that the family, the client wish. That's not too difficult. But when you're coming into things like cars, for instance, we have been commissioned to make a Subaru Impreza car, you know, the rally car, and that could take us up to 2 weeks. Also a Viking longboat, again, that could be 2 to 3 weeks. So, and another skip, of course. Her lady would like a skip with sewing machines on and a cooker, because she said her children say she's so untidy that, Mother, you should be buried in a skip. And of course surrounded by the things that have been very special to her. I think that's also important, you know, people are buried or cremated with things that mean a lot to them. There are changes in the industry, certainly big changes. I like to think we've been at the forefront of this. I always remember when we started doing crazy coffins, a lot of my manufacturing friends thought we were crazy. They thought it would never catch on. But thanks possibly to the media, you know, you've taken our stories out into the wide world, and crazy coffins are now spoke about, wanted, and are being manufactured and delivered. So I think we're part of the change of not just of coffins, but of the whole profession. Yeah, this is owned by a guy called Richard Mullard, who is into skiing and going out into the wild wastes, the ice, and takes his pulka with him, and he wants to be buried in this very fine sledge, with a crazy idea of maybe when he's buried having his skis on his boots and the tops of the skis being showing above the ground, which would be like a little bit of a headstone for him. We make sports bags, and this is a Louis Vuitton sports bag. And it works quite well with us with Vic Fearn, and it has 3 full hides inside. And zips, as you see, the body can be laid inside, and away you go. I have 2 loves outside of coffin making. And one, I'm a dancer, I love to dance. My wife and I enjoy that sort of social side. So I think a nice black patent dance shoe would be really good. And if not, my other joy of life is to be a bowler, flat green bowling, not 10 pin but flat green. And I think I'd be a white jack, because I'm sure my friends would say, Dave, that was the closest you ever got to that jack in your playing days. And of course I could be rolled down the aisle, or it could be rolled into my grave. So yeah, I think I possibly might choose a white jack.